How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Day Dave, and this is a map tour for a new mod map to Farming Simulator 22 called the Quebec Countryside. And we're going to start with the description from the mod hub, and it reads, "Welcome to Quebec, in a small town inspired by reality. 52 fields, 5 farms inspired by reality, 97 purchasable plots, 7 forestry areas, multiple sell points. There are collectible items on the map. Recommended mod, AGI pack. There are mods required for this map, starting with the Old Cow Shed for Cows by Bartson V3 Agro Team Jesuo, Hull for Machinery Regstar, American Silo Pack by TK Farms, US White Farm Building Pack by Bernie CS, and the Metal Hull with Silo by Ecus. This map was created by Le Duo Pro Mapping and is 66.30 megabytes to download. And if we take a look at the map, this is what it looks like. We start out here in the southeastern portion of the map by the main shop area. We start out by owning farmlands number 2 and 3, number 2 being our starting farm, and number 3 being a field that has no product in it. Field prices do vary on this map, starting out relatively cheap actually. You have this little sliver here for 10 grand, another little sliver for 8, another one for 15, and it can get relatively expensive when we go into some of these bigger fields. 675,000, 486,000. You got another one over here for 397,000. Lots and lots and lots of forestry area. We have one almost 700,000 here, 322,000 there, 440,000. So you get a pretty good range of what you want to be able to do, as well as the kind of range in size and price. Oops, we do have animal pens to start out with. Contracts are available. We do have several production chains available to us, and there are collectibles, 20 of them to be precise, and they are the little video game cartridges. Now, there are mods specific to this map, but under the buy menu, there are none under the buy menu. And under build mode, if we take a look at mods specific to this map, there's nothing under the buildings, productions, animals, or decorations tabs. Nothing at all. You will see the mods required for this map, but not specific to this map. So the difference being is required for this map means that you have to download them from the mod hub in order to have access to the map itself. Those are required. Specific to this map is when you download the map, they are mods specific to the map where it will only be available on this map, nowhere else. Now, we take a look under landscaping though. Under the painting, we do have several swatches available to us. Those are specific to this map, and then nothing under trees or plants. Now, we do start out here at the main shop area. Shop trigger is here, and tucked around the back side of the building is your repair trigger right here. Now, because we start so far out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and purchase a vehicle just to start making my way around. There we go. And now let's start heading around. Make a left out of here, followed by another left. Opens up into this little town kind of built up area, which is right next to a kind of industrial area. And then right over here, we have the animal dealer right here. Now, if you want to use animals, you can come to this location, or you can find the same symbol at all your pens and pastures that you have installed on the map, and you can use this icon to be able to purchase your animals directly. Now, if you use this icon directly, you will incur an additional fee. That fee is associated to a delivery fee, and it gets rather expensive. For an adult cow, it's $100 per adult cow. Now, you can save on that fee by coming to this location with an animal trailer. That animal trailer can be either leased or owned. You bring it here, you load directly into the animal trailer, and then you deliver the animals yourselves. Now again, that's associated to delivery fee. Essentially, the animal dealer is going to deliver the animals for you if you don't have an animal trailer, or if you do have an animal trailer, you're delivering it yourself. That's why you get to save that money. Now the next point of interest is tucked away just in here. Now the problem I found, which may require an update, you can kind of see the glow here on the floor. I believe that is the trigger that indicates a sell point. This is the Co-op Agricole, and you can see if we come outside here, there's this kind of hazard marking area here. I think that this sell point kind of extends out to here. I'm not 100% certain, but that is certainly a possibility. But normally your inputs is right here. Directly in front of us, you can see a couple of those symbols there. That is a silo that we have access to. Continuing down the road. Oops, stone crusher right there. Gas station to our left. We have the supermarket, again to our left, the farmer's market, sell point, and then a few productions. We have the carpentry here for $60,000. You can purchase this. Input here, wood cell trigger here, and output here. Next to it, we have the sugar factory, $80,000 for that. The output is, you can see one of the markers here and here. It's just tucked away in here. And the input is here. The bakery is right next door, and that is for $50,000. You can purchase this. Output here and input here. Now over here we're going to make a right, and we're going to get all the points of interest down here in the south portion, and then turn around, make our way north. Alright, so turn around here. We have the grain mill for $96,000. You can purchase this. Output here, input here. Continuing down the road, we have the grape processing unit right here for $80,000. Output here, input there. And right here, the oil mill for $80,000 you can purchase. Input here and output behind it. Now a little bit further down the road, tucked away back here, we have the cereal factory. $110,000 to purchase this. Output here, input there. Continuing to head next door, we have the dairy right here. $70,000 for the dairy. We have the input here and output on the back side over here. Next door, we have the fast food restaurant, sell point, and beside that, the biomass heating plant. I'll show that as we drive by. Fast food restaurant directly in front of me, and now to my right is the biomass heating plant with the wood cell trigger there. Let's go ahead and take a look at the map before we head out. So we started all the way down here by the shop, came out and around, went up this side road first where we saw the animal dealer, the Co-op Agricole. We got the silo, debris crusher, gas station, supermarket, farmer's market, the carpentry, sugar mill, and the bakery. We then backtracked and we saw the grain mill, the grape processing unit, the oil mill, then the cereal factory, the dairy, and then the fast food restaurant sell point, as well as the biomass heating plant sell point. Now we head out to the forest. This is a very, very large forest area. You can see all that area to my right is purchasable, and it gets pretty large. It's a good portion of the map. So if you're into forestry, this could be a map for you. but it also has plenty of arable farmland, so you can do either one, really. If you like a good mixture of both, this might be a good map for you. And it's a very flat map. Like there's almost no undulations throughout the entirety of the map. So continuing to follow this around along the northern border of the map. And then coming right up here, make a left. Little itty bitty field to my left there. Again, a good starting field. And now this road is where you have all your main farms. There are 5 farms in total on this map, and starting right here is your starting farm to my right. So we'll stop right here. And this is it. Because we're here at the starting farm, let's take a look at the starting equipment. Under the buy menu, under owned items, starting under medium tractors, we have a John Deere 4755, a John Deere 7810, and a Massey Ferguson 3670. Under harvesters, we have a Deutz-Fahr Topliner 4090H harvester. Under cars, you start out by owning the pickup 1986. You do not own, starting out, the pickup 2017. That is the one we purchased to make our way around the map. We have a Welger trailer DK115. The header for the Deutz-Fahr. Cultivators, we have the Raby EG39, Seeders, the Nordstein HK25 and S3030, and the header trailer for your harvester. Now, starting out here, coming through this doorway, you have your sleep trigger right here, and through here, the wardrobe trigger. Head back outside. We have our cow barn here. Now, throughout the entirety of the cow barn, you will see these little signs that indicate what is supposed to be where. So you have a manure pit right here. You have your animal dialogue box right here. Room for 45 cows in here. We have a Karma silo here. This is for your seed and your mineral feed. Input for your cow barn. Right here, you have a fermenting silo. Trigger is right here. And output for it is here. You have a feed silo here. This is where you can store things like hay, straw, TMR, and so forth. Repair trigger, right over here. Jet wash, or jet wash. Here we have a fuel tank. Behind me is the input for the fermenting silo. Tucked away back here is the input for your feed silo. Tucked around up here is bale storage. Input here and output here. You can see storage written on the wall. Continuing around the backside over here, you have your milk trigger tucked away back here. And I think I missed slurry right here. You can see tucked away on the wall. Can we see that? There we go. Liquid manure. And that's it for your main starting farm. Now we're going to head out to see the second farm just tucked away down the road. Now, some of the farms are going to require purchasing. Others are not. This one is one of those that you don't technically have to purchase the farm in order to utilize the barns and buildings. Now, I will show you the prices for all the farms, so that way we can kind of see them. So we were here at the biomass heating plants where we last left off. We came all the way through this little forest road, down and around to our main starting farm, made our way all throughout there, and then we came over to our second farm. Now, you can purchase farmland number 7 for $46,140, and then you will have access to the land, but you don't need it. You can still access all the barns and buildings here, as well as the animal pens. So, sleep trigger right here. Fuel tank here. You have a little bit of storage tucked away in here. Open the door, you can see. Karma silo for seed and mineral feed. I believe this is the output for the slurry for your cow barn, tucked away in here. Feed goes here. Milk here. And your animal dialogue for 40 cows goes in here. Now you have the same exact barn tucked away on this side of the building, but this door that I would be coming out here is actually right there. So it's butted up, right up against each other. So you can open the door, but I was just pointing this out so that if you open it, you'll realize that it will go crashing through the other wall. Again, slurry output here. Open this up. You have your feed, your milk, and room for 40 more cows. Now let's go ahead and grab our truck again and go to farm number 3. Now I will say that this map is likely going to need an update because of the issue. I believe it's at this next farm. And it's just small issues. Like, nothing that's going to be game breaking, at least that I've seen so far. Okay, so it's not the next farm, it's not this farm, it's the next farm after this. So again, this is one that you do not have to purchase the farm in order to utilize it. So we were here at the second farm, and then we came down and around to the third farm, but you can purchase the land if you so choose. $67,092, farmland number 38. But again, you do not have to purchase this one in order to utilize it. Sleep trigger is right there. You have some storage tucked away in here. Fuel tank there. We have our cow barn here, slurry output here. We have our feed input tucked away in here. We have another karma silo for seed and mineral feed. Over here, we have a TMR mixer. Right here, this is the TMR stave silo large, where you can make TMR. You have your silage, hay, and straw make you the TMR. Input here. Output is actually inside the building there. Same thing here. You have another TMR silo. Here's your animal dialogue box, room for 80 cows. And you can see more clearly outputs for your TMR mixers here and your input for your feed. Straw can go in here. Milk is in here. Some more storage tucked away in here. And that's it for this farm. Now let's go to the next one, and that is the one where you not only have issues, but you will have to purchase. So up until this point, we haven't had to purchase the land. The next one we do have to purchase. So the next one is farm number 4. And I'll show you what's going on with this one and why I say it's not only going to need an update, but is a very small issue. So we take a look at the map. So we were here at farm number 3. We're now at farm number 4. We're at this farmhouse here where it's exactly the same farmhouse as we had at our starting farm. Now we should have access to a sleep trigger and a wardrobe trigger. We don't, because we don't have ownership of the land. You purchase farmland number 29 for $72,780. We scroll down to here and we borrow some money because we will have to purchase the land. That should be enough. And now buy the land. You see now we have a trigger that popped up for our farmhouse. And if we didn't own the land, you would not be able to open the door. There's several buildings around here that you will not be able to open if you don't own the land. This is the first one where that's the case, but this is the issue I'm talking about. You can see all the grass kind of popping up here. Sleep trigger here, wardrobe trigger here. So again, just a small issue. It's not, game breaking or game ending kind of thing. We'll come around the backside over here. We have a fuel trigger or fuel tank right here. Repair trigger right here. Some more storage. We have a couple of silos tucked away here and some more storage right over there. And a lot of storage right there. So let's go ahead and grab our truck again and go to the final farm, farm number 5, where again we will have to purchase the farm in order to gain access to some of the items around here. So right down here is the last farm. Now I'm going to show you, I was saying before to where if you didn't purchase the land before, you couldn't gain access to that building there. Well, I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. So tucked away over here, we got some storage to my right. Got the barn that we saw at our main starting farm. Now if I walk up to it here and I click on it, nothing's happening. No triggers are popping up in the top left hand corner. Let's back away and we'll purchase farmland number 27 for $59,076. And you can see now if we walk up to this, we have access to the storage for the bales. Again, bale input here, output right beside it there. And just like before, we have another Karma silo for seed and mineral feed. We have the feed silo tucked away here, a jet wash there. We have a fermenting silo tucked away here. Input for that is there. Gas trigger or gas tank here. We have the slurry output here. Again, manure populates here. We have room for 45 cows. Feed here. Output for your fermenting silo is here. The trigger for the silo is there as well. And output for your feed silo is right there. And that is it. That is, oh no, I'm sorry. Nope. This farm is split across the road. So repair trigger right across the street. And a sleep trigger right over here. Now that is it. That is all of Quebec Countryside. Now it's time to render my opinion and let you know what I think. 0 to 5 scale as per usual. Well, some of the things about this that I do not like first. Starting off with the flatness. This is an incredibly flat map. I'm not a huge fan of that. The color palette. I'm not huge about the color palette. You can see tons and tons and tons of colors that just doesn't seem natural. It's borderline cartoon. In my opinion. We started off right up here, like I was mentioning before, so we're just down the road from the shop. That's really about it in the aspects I'm not really caring for about this map. Well, actually, no, that's not true. This kind of town area here, it just seems like the town itself, like where the houses and stuff are, this is a nice little area right here. But once we get into the kind of built up industrial portion of it right over here, all this seems just kind of plopped down, just kind of boom, 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 boom. It doesn't seem like there's anything to kind of, I don't know, feel lived in almost. Like there's no trees in here. There's nothing to kind of delineate it from anything else. So it just feels like one kind of plopped down area. Those are kind of my critiques and things I don't really care for. The things I like about it, this area here. This forestry area with the road kind of running through the forest, this reminds me a lot of where I grew up in Michigan, going up into the Upper Peninsula, and when I vacationed in Canada. Like, this legitimately feels like spot on. You know, other than the lack of hills or undulations being very flat, the forest, the kind of two-lane highway running through the forest areas, this just seems legit to me. And I like that. I like that a lot. The really thick, dense forest with the overwhelming amount of pine is spot on to me, and I really like that. I really like the layout of the map. The fields, this is one of this kind of a push for me. The fields are nice in that they're not regular shaped fields. They're kind of squared off, but the kind of negative portion of that the flip side of that same coin, I should say, is that because they're so irregularly shaped that they're kind of off to an angle, almost like a 20 to 30 degree angle on the map. You can see it here. It's going to make the AI workers very difficult to use. And I don't think that's at an angle at which the AI workers will actually compensate for. I could be wrong about that, but I think it's going to have AI workers in a tizzy. So one of those that's going to be kind of a hit or miss for some people. Oh, you know what? I wanted to go back. So we do have this kind of off-road area, this kind of dirt road path up here, and I really like this area up here because there's certain fields that are tucked away up in the northwest corner of the map where this is the only way to get to them. Like, they're really tucked away back here, and I like that. I think that's really kind of sharp. So you got kind of entrances to each one of these fields that are just tucked away back here. And they're very oddly shaped fields. I like that. I really do like that. And there's a lot of things I like about this map. There's other things I don't like about this map. And with that being said, I think that when scoring this on a 0 to 5 scale, I think that this is going to be kind of right down the middle. A 3. Maybe when everything's kind of addressed and kind of updated, you know, to fix the farm issues and whatnot. Maybe even make it to where you have to purchase all of the farms. This is just kind of a wish list item for me, not saying that this is affecting the score in any way. But if you made it to where you had to purchase all the farms in order to gain access to everything there and not just have it be kind of aesthetics purchasing, then I think that it could probably get up to a 3.5 to a 4. But I think for right now, a 3 is where I'm comfortable with saying that this map is. But I think there's a lot more going for it than can detract from it at the end of the day. So that's kind of where I sit on this one. And that is everything for the Quebec Countryside. I hope you enjoyed this map tour. If you did, please show them by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing that shows you're engaged with this channel and enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.